So beginning of the apocalypse was, not the greatest of times for a lot of people. People died and stuff. I had to work in the food service industry, all right? Let me tell you. And it wasn't like a restaurant, obviously. It's not like, oh, we're providing meals to people who can't go to the grocery store. No, we're making coffee. Not essential. Okay? You know what you can get literally everywhere? Coffee. If you're that much of an addict, you can get coffee anywhere. Go to the grocery store, get a tub of it, powdered, put some hot water, you got coffee. Okay? You can go to Denny's. You can get a to-go cup with crappy coffee. But again, if you're an addict and you're gonna have a really bad headache, if you don't have coffee, that's a thing you can do. Yeah, so to me, not essential. And to all my coworkers agreed. We were like, this is stupid, why are we here? But it was like, we must stay open. We must stay open. Funny story, we were told you can give free coffee to emergency workers. And we're like, oh, that's nice. We'll give, we can give ambulance drivers and firefighters and any of the nurses that came by, because there's a hospital right by. We can give coffee to all those people, and then police officers, and then our manager was like, said not to give coffee to police officers. And we're just like, huh, what? What? Aren't they emergency workers too? He's like, well, company didn't mention them. It's like, they said emergency workers. It's like, yeah, well, they lined out, they listed everybody else except for police officers. And we're just like, our manager eventually was just like, just give them coffee anyway. What the heck is wrong? It's like, so our manager was cool with that, He wasn't cool in other ways, but at least he understood that, emergency workers are emergency workers. What do you want? So, beginning of the apocalypse, obviously, coffee shops, you could not walk inside, yada, yada, yada. The amount of time people came up to our doors and knocked on them and tried to open, and it was just like, it's not open. And then they would do the thing where they knock and then look, and it's like, and we'd all make the international sign for car, and point at the drive-thru, and people would be like, what? So most people would get it. Okay, you're dumb, you don't get it, whatever, who cares? You go to the drive-thru, they're nice, whatever. Other people would be like, I don't understand, they keep knocking and hello, and it's like, oh my gosh. And of course, in the spirit of customer service, when our supervisor would have to go out and be like, hi, I'm sorry, our lobby is closed, you have to go through the drive-thru. They're like, we have to go through the drive-thru. It's like, yeah, but we drove here. It's like, yes. Oh, there's this guy who came to my door, and they sent me out to tell him to go away to the drive-thru. And if you had a mobile order, you had to pick it up in the drive-thru. Some people would be walking to the beach or something, and they'd be like, ooh, I don't have a car. And they're like, can we walk through the drive-thru? No, you can't walk through the drive-thru. In what world does that make sense to you? I mean, it kind of does, but no, you cannot do that. It's against the company policy. I'm told to tell you that, so go away. And so, it'd be like, okay, whatever, you're wearing flip-flops, here's your coffee, it's fine. Bring your car next time, But this fool came up to my door and was like, oh, I don't have a car. I have a mobile order and I don't have a car. And I'm like, okay. The name on the mobile order was Tim or Brad. I think it was Brad. Straight up, I think it was Brad. Yeah, he was a college student sort of guy. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll just bring out your mobile order to you. It's not like I have other stuff to do. Okay, got this guy's coffee. We're your tall, iced mocha with no whip. I swear, I'm still salty at that man. And then, I kid you not, I give him his coffee. He turns around and he gets in a car. And I was just like, you don't have a car, my butt. Oh my gosh, I cannot even. Oh my gosh, children still go outside and run? What? Is that Leo? No. It might be Leo. Is that Leo? Oh, that is Leo. I just saw Leo. Leo, I'm sorry if you ever see this, but you wear really short shorts. We did this thing where we had to hand people drinks on a tray in this drive-thru, and it's like, well, this is gonna end very badly. I don't think we had a lot of issues, but man, there were a couple times when I swear 5 drinks on a circular tray, no. Pardon me. It was a very sketchy situation. A lot of people almost lost their coffee. It's the equivalent of people dying. I passed out this lady's, I handed this lady her straw first. I was like, okay, here's your straw and I'll have your Frappuccino right out for you. You know, she's like, okay. And she like doesn't really acknowledge me, you know, like whatever. I was like, okay. And then I come back out with a drink on the tray and I'm like, all right, well, here's your like on your Frappuccino, you know, like, is there anything else I can get for you? And she's like, oh, no, I didn't really, you know. He's like, oh, no, it's whatever, you know. And she took her drink and I still had the tray out there for like a nanosecond. And she put the trash from her straw on the tray. And then I was like, this lady just hand me her trash on a tray. She didn't say, oh, can I give this to you? Like, first of all, we're not supposed to take trash from customers because that's gross. Like, I'm sorry, I don't. Company said don't take trash from strangers. First of all, people will give us like nasty, like old cups half full of soda from Jack in the Box with like napkins in it that's been in their car for like a week, and they'd be like, can I give you this to throw away? No, you can't give it to me to throw away. What do you think I am? Your mom? No, I'm not. It's disgusting. And that was like an extra layer of we're not doing that during the apocalypse. Cause that's like germ central there. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what do you think this is? A drive-through trash can? No. Do you pay a trash can? No. I'm not Disneyland. I won't do whatever you want. Okay? Like, yeah. I was just so shocked. I just stood there like, and like the trash flew away, and I was like, and my will to live went with it. There is another time. I wasn't there for this store, but we had taken all the sugar and the milk and, you know, all the sticks and everything out of the lobby because, you know, people touching stuff is kind of gross. And, you know, with the apocalypse, we really can't have people doing that. So, you know, we take all those in the back and they're not accessible. So this lady apparently came up to the handoff area and was like, excuse me, why isn't there milk? Like, can I have the half and half, please? And we're like, oh, like, you know, we can like give you like a cup with half and half. And she's like, no, the pitcher should be out here. And we're just like, they're just like, no. Again, I'm saying like I'm there. I wasn't there. My coworkers were like, no, I'm so sorry, but like, you know, if we can't because the germs and, you know, the company told us, like, sorry, we can still give you like a cup. You want like half and half? You want like whole milk? Do you want like heavy cream? Do you want vanilla syrup? Like, it's how Starbucks employees make it better. Just add more vanilla, it's fine. And she's like, well, just give me the pitcher. Like, you should just have them out here. And they're just like, we can't do that. And she's like, well, this is ridiculous. And so she goes up to all the cabinets are in the lobby. She opens up the cabinets and starts coughing on things. She started coughing on stuff. And everyone apparently just stood there like, what do we do? How do you stop someone from coughing coughing on stuff because you go over there, they're gonna cough on you, and that's just gross. That's gross in normal circumstances. At this point, everyone's still like really paranoid. So we're just like, what? And they didn't call the police because it's like, it makes this whole thing. Okay, birds, get out of the street. So yeah, those are some stories from the beginning of the apocalypse when I worked at. Yeah. I hope you enjoy. I didn't. Not at that point. It's hilarious now, but. Excuse me.